Good morning. Thank you all for being here today. We will go ahead and get started. I would like to call today's Sports Authority Board of Directors meeting to order. We are pleased to be back at First Tennessee Park. We know that the team here is very busy hosting both baseball and soccer, so we certainly appreciate everyone accommodating us during this busy time of year, and it's always exciting to see all the changes and activity in this community around the ballpark. It was especially fun this morning to walk in and see the soccer decal, so thank you all so much for having us. We have a full agenda today, and before we jump in, I would like to take a moment and introduce and welcome our newest member to the board. Jad Duncan is with us. He just was confirmed on Tuesday by our Metro Council. Jad is a Bellevue native. He is a graduate of the University of Tennessee and Nashville School of Law. He is an accomplished attorney. His firm is Hamilton, Gorham, and Duncan. Jad is the former president of the Bellevue Harpeth Chamber of Commerce. He has also served on the Parent Advisory Committee for Metro Schools for the Bellevue and West Nashville area. He currently serves on the advisory board to Harpeth Youth Soccer Association. Welcome, Jad. We look forward to serving with you, and thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
The meeting minutes from our March 15th meeting are in your packet. Are there any questions? Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
We have any discussion, any revisions? If not, all in favor of the minutes say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes are approved. And we will move right on into our Executive Director report by our esteemed Executive Director, Monica Knoxon. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. All of you in the audience, thank you for being here today. I also want to welcome Jad to the authority. We've had a couple of opportunities to speak, and I think this is a great appointment. He is excited. He's going to come in and contribute, and we are glad to have you on board. I have a few things that I just want to mention. I think most of you probably know that April 28th and 29th is the St. Jude's Rock and Roll Marathon weekend. Last month, the authority approved a license and use agreement with Competitor Group to authorize them to use the Sports Authority controlled lots at Nissan Stadium. If you're not a runner, but you want to participate, the Sports Council is in need of volunteers, and there are a lot of different ways that you can serve and volunteer time, both on race days, that's Saturday and Sunday, and also on Thursday and Friday. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, or you know of someone who wants to get involved, then you can contact me, or you can contact the Sports Council, and they will find something for you to do. Also, as we're continuing to work with procurement on the solicitation for stadium design. This is architecture and engineering. There will also be a solicitation for a construction manager, but right now we are reviewing proposals. The deadline for those to come in was Tuesday, April the 3rd, and they're currently being reviewed by an evaluation committee. As Rich said at our last meeting, once that contract is awarded, an architectural agreement will come before this body for consideration. So we'll keep you up to date as we move through that process. Finally, our budget hearing with the Metro Council has been scheduled for Monday, May 7th at 5:45. We will send out notices as we always do. But if you're able to come, then we always appreciate your support, and you can just let us know if you can attend. You have the agenda in front of you. There are several items, mostly within the Finance Committee report, that will require action this morning. I do want to note that there was a late revision to the resolution under item C in the Finance Committee report. This is the resolution that seeks to ratify approval of pre-development soccer stadium expenses that we learned last month had been charged to the Arena Revenue Fund. You're going to hear more in the Finance Committee report, and you'll have an opportunity to ask some questions. Deputy Finance Director Kim McDaniel is here with us today. But I wanted to give you a little more context. After we learned of the pre-development expenditures, there were multiple conversations with Metro Finance, and our chair requested that the following information be made available to the board. There were three things. The first thing was that all invoices supporting any work performed on the stadium be sent to us. Number two, documentation demonstrating the payment approval process. And number three, copies of any contracts under which the work was authorized. So the Finance Department responded very promptly to that request, and within 24 hours, we had all of that information, which we subsequently sent to you, and you should have received. The authority was also during that time copied on a letter to the Metro Council from Rich Riebling explaining the expenses and noting how the administration would rectify the situation. And you have a copy of that letter in your binders behind tab 5. Finally, staff met with Ms. McDaniel, Mr. Bob Lackey, and Ed Henley from Commonwealth Development Group. And then we just took some time to walk through all of the paperwork, all of the materials and documents, invoice by invoice. We also discussed the need for the Sports Authority to be part of this approval process moving forward. And the Finance Department has, they agree that that needs to happen, and that process will be put into place. So expenditures from that Arena Revenue Fund will be reimbursed either with a future bond issue or in the event we're unable to issue bonds with Sports Authority operating fund balance. So that is the plan, and we're moving forward. The Finance Department continues to be very open to answer any questions that we have, and we're just going to keep communicating. So like I said, Lisa will give a finance report, and you'll have an opportunity to ask any questions, but Chairwoman Atkins and I just felt that it was very important to give an update. Okay. Moving along, in addition to the Finance Committee report, the authority this morning will consider approval of the CMA's parking contractor and administrative parking expenses related to this year's CMA Music Festival, and we do this every year. And then finally, last but not least, we'll receive the First Tennessee Park report. Are there any questions about the agenda? If not, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Monica. Next up, we have our Finance Committee report by our chair, Chair Howe.
Thank you. I want to thank the board for allowing me to serve as chair of the Finance Committee, and appreciate, you'll be able to tell from my report that they're breaking me in slowly. And thank Dudley and Margaret for their help on the Finance Committee. And at our Finance Committee meeting that was April 11th, I want to thank Chairman Atkins for being there, as well as Rip and Emmett were there. Thank you for being there. And for all of our thorough reports from our partners, the Titans, Predators, Metro, Soccer Holdings, Commonwealth Development, Stewart Parking. Thank you for such a good Finance Committee meeting. So I will start with the first part of the report, and that is the Nissan Stadium update, the consideration of capital expense reimbursement request, and I believe that is tab 3. And having been a liaison to Nissan Stadium for a couple of years, I've been through this process. It's very thorough. The staff goes through all of these invoices thoroughly. There's multiple meetings and discussions. And so in front of us, this is the capital expense reimbursement request for $1.2 million plus. The capital fund currently has $1.3 million available. And the three projects that are mostly in here are the stormwater pump generator, security magnetometers, and the LED video wall. And I feel very confident, and the Finance Committee does recommend approval of the capital reimbursement request. And I'm going to go ahead and just make a motion to approve the 2017 reimbursement request for $1,246,600 $246,604.07.
We have a motion before us. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Motion and properly seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. The other update from Nissan Stadium and the Titans was just a capital project update for a radio system. And, you know, we have our CapEx tool that we go through, but every now and then something comes up that we were not informed of on the CapEx tool. And this is a technology issue. But I will say that in the facility assessment, they do recommend replacement of this radio system in 2018, so it's not outside of the scope of what we've seen. And Bob Flynn and Steve Underwood gave a great report on being able to purchase this radio system for the $307,318.98. It wasn't on the anticipated list, but we went through that thoroughly and feel like it's a good investment and they need it right away. So I was glad that they were there just to share.
It actually was on the anticipated list. We realized it was just, it was a different name. So it was, I think it was a 2A radio, I think is, but yes, so this was not a new project.
And I think that covers that part of the report. So we'll move to, the next thing that we discussed at the Finance Committee meeting was the MLS Stadium update. And for the board, we have in front of you,
Question? I think it's Bridgestone Arena. Is that next?
I'm just going through the minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. We'll jump back.
Can I?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, we skipped in the Finance Committee meeting, so I'm keeping that, and I'll tell you which tab we are under. Consideration of a resolution approving utilization of the project management contract between Metro Government and Commonwealth Development Group, and that is tab 5. And that is a lot of what Monica just discussed before. So we are familiar with Commonwealth Development Group. They've been doing a lot of work on Nissan Stadium and Bridgestone Arena, and they were there. We discussed that the expenses charged to the Arena Revenue Fund were totaled $132,617.25. As you know, and I think Monica explained, we were not aware of that because our executive director was not aware of that, but a lot has happened to go through this properly and make sure that we're comfortable with these expenses. We're working. And after the Finance Committee meeting, I was very satisfied that Metro was working within an existing contract. And I also know that within this resolution and in subsequent meetings, Monica Faulkner will be involved and approving these things before expenditures before they happen. So it was very thorough. Metro was there to talk to us about that. And you can see in tab 5 our letters. Commonwealth Development Group has provided all the invoices and billing and the letter from Rich Rubling. So I left there much more satisfied than getting there, and appreciate all the work that's been going on to get us kind of back up to speed and get Monica involved. So in the end, the Finance Committee does recommend approval of the resolution that you have before you, and it is revised.
So, like Lisa said, we do have a revised resolution before you. Larry Adam is here, and I wanted to give him an opportunity to also bring us up to date, and then we can kind of walk through what needs to happen from here.
Well, good morning and thank you. I've recently shared with Monica as we move through on the soccer stadium from pre-development to development, kind of a fact, a thought, and a recommendation. Let me just kind of run through those with you. The fact is that this project, the stadium project for soccer, will likely be from design to completion and closeout a 48-month project. And so my contract with Metro only has 11 months left on it. So that this time next year, our contract would have expired. My thought is always when you do projects, particularly big projects, you don't want to change leadership in the middle. And so my recommendation was that as you move from pre-development toward full development, you might want to consider soliciting or finding, if you choose to have representation in the project world, someone else, and start that earlier. Now, certainly, we're willing to help with any transition, with any involvement that needs to happen between now and then, but I just thought it was wise to share with you that that transition should probably occur, and where our contract stands in all of this. Little personal side, you know, given my age and station in life, I'm not sure that I want to go another full 4 years in that, but I am very willing to continue to represent you on projects between now and the end of the contract as it relates to Nissan Stadium, Bridgestone Arena, the facility assessment study. You know, I'm very grateful for the work that you all have given us and for the trust that many other departments and agencies have placed in us. We've managed well over $1 billion worth of projects for Metro. Everyone has come in on time, come in at or below its budget, had great DBE performance, and our fees have always been well within the industry standards. So it's something we're kind of proud of, but I think from where we are looking forward on the soccer stadium, that would be my recommendation.
Thank you. So the resolution, the initial resolution that you have, if you look in your binders, you'll see a resolution that says original, and then the one in front of it is revised. The resolution would ratify the expenditures that had previously occurred. And then the second part was, had to do with the project management consulting services part. And so that is something that, based on what Larry has shared in his recommendations, the board is going to need to look at. Let's say this. So the revised resolution that you have, again, ratifies approval of the previously incurred expenses, and then it authorizes the executive director in consultation with the Sports Authority chair to coordinate with the mayor, the finance director, with the purchasing agent to select the most appropriate Metro contracts, because Commonwealth Development is not the only firm that holds a project management contract with Metro. So we would just need to look and work with the administration and the finance department and see what needs to happen in terms of selecting a new project management firm, because I think we all know that that's something that we need and is going to be really important as we move through this process. $75,000 is kind of the cap or the maximum that we have that we're looking at in terms of expenditures. And again, this would be until a bond issue, and it would continue to be taken from the arena revenue surplus available revenue, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at. I think Margaret and I've had several conversations. A lot of this is fluid, and we don't know exactly what the number is. I think there's a good chance that it ends up being more than $75,000, but we'll work with that. We'll make adjustments. We'll come back. We will keep you all aware. We will work with the finance director and with Metro Legal and do what we need to do as we try to figure some of this out. But that's the recommendation. I think I kind of stole your floor.
Well, that is very helpful, and I appreciate Larry being here and discussing that. So I will move approval of the resolution ratifying previous expenditures and approving utilization of Metro's project management contract, Commonwealth Development Group, with the understanding that the ceiling has been raised from $50,000 to $75,000, and that the executive director review and approve all invoices related to the stadium.
So I think the motion needs to be that we work with, if we look at the resolution that you have, which is tab 5.
Yeah.
So this is the revised resolution. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Doug.
I think the original resolution would have approved Commonwealth Development Group, but what I understand has been said this morning is that they think it would be appropriate, they don't think it would be appropriate to start a project they can't finish, and so we are now going to engage another, or utilize another Metro contract other than Commonwealth's contract to do the project management consulting services. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Specific to the soccer stadium.
Specific to the soccer stadium.
That's right.
So the new resolutions provides that further resolve that the executive director of the Sports Authority, in consultation with the chair of the Sports Authority, is authorized to coordinate with the Metropolitan Mayor, Finance Director, and/or purchasing agent to select the most appropriate of the Metro contracts to provide the desired project management consulting services. That's the change.
That is the change.
That's the change from the original, or from the original resolution the Finance Committee dealt with.
That's correct.
So I would move approval of the revised resolution.
Second.
We have a motion and a second of approval of the revised resolution. Is there any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, the motion carries.
Staying within the minutes of the last meeting and staying in soccer, I'm going to tab 6.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the consideration of an MOU between Sports Authority and Nashville Soccer Holdings. And it provides that Nashville Soccer Holdings, prior to the issue of bonds, to pay the stadium project architect and other vendors for expenses related to design, development, or pre-construction costs directly. The ownership group will in turn be entitled to a credit towards the team's $25 million contribution obligation or receive reimbursement from the Sports Authority through a bond issue. And the Sports Authority will not be obligated to reimburse Nashville Soccer Holdings for their expenditures in the event bonds are not issued. Is that... Was that revised, or we're sticking with
The one revision from the original MOU was the last part that you read that said that the Sports Authority would not be responsible for reimbursement of expenses related to the design and development and pre-construction costs. So that was not in the original MOU, and when the Finance Committee met, that was a revision and something that they requested, which, I think makes a lot of sense and is very helpful. The law director had already told us that that was the case, but we wanted to make sure that the language was added to the MOU. So that was done as a revision to the original.
It was just a clarification.
Yes.
So the Finance Committee did recommend approval of the MOU between Sports Authority and Nashville Soccer Holdings, and I'll go ahead and make a motion to approve that.
There's a motion to approve the recommendation of the Finance Committee. Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries.
Okay, now maybe I'll take us back a little bit on track to the Bridgestone Arena update and the consideration of Bridgestone Arena's FY19 Capital Improvement Fund projects, and that is tab 4. So if you'll remember, Bridgestone Arena, it gives us this timeline now so that we have advance notice of some of the projects. And they have a pretty large project that they've put into this FY19 request. and it's basically the $18.8 million scoreboard, jumbotron type thing that hangs from the middle. But this is right around a $20 million project when you add other things like security systems, folding chairs, and things like that. So Kyle Clayton was there and gave a really good report, and one thing the Finance Committee talked about was the SIF currently has a balance of roughly $7 million, and the arena has steadily been repaying $2 million each year. So the SIF has a cap of $10 million, so they have available about $3 million, and they have a $20 million project in front of us to approve. But one thing that we talked about a lot was, if this project is not on this report right now, it can't happen in FY19 if the funds become available. So they have to get it in front of us, and we have several opportunities to approve this again if and when the funds become available. And Metro and Bridgestone Arena is working with the bank right now, and they are looking at renegotiating some of the terms in the capital improvement fund. So making sure that they have access to more money. So they're getting this in front of us early. We'll have a chance to see if funds become available, and they are negotiating with the banks right now. Have I explained that properly, or are there questions? Or
I think you did a pretty good job on it. The Capital Improvements Fund has a line of credit with a $10 million cap on it right now. I think we've got about $2 or $3 million left under that cap. This, of course, will be a significant expenditure exceeding the cap. So they're negotiating with the bank to try to increase the cap on the line of credit to $20 million. And the Finance Committee voted approval of this, but it's contingent upon receipt of funding, adequate funding being available. So
that's what I was going to say.
There's a deadline for anticipated SIF projects to go to the bank by May 31st, so that is the deadline. And you do have the approval submission form that the Finance Committee kind of developed and approved in January, with the goal of getting the projects before the committee and before the board earlier, more timely, so that we have sufficient time to vet the projects. And so they send a preliminary list to the Finance Committee in January, and then in April we will receive the final list, which is what you have before you, and then it will go to the bank by May 31st. And again, like Dudley and Lisa said, it is conditioned approval on available funding.
So I will move approval of this submission, and really moving approval of the Finance Committee recommendation of the SIF project.
A motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion and properly seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, are we ready for Stewart Logistics in tab 7? And this is consideration of FY17 Stewart Logistics audited financial statements. And we did have Kraft CPAs was with us that day, and representatives from Stewart Logistics, and they did submit an audit. And I'll just point out quickly that the gross revenue collected was $423,301, and of that, $258,820 was remitted to the Sports Authority. There were some deficiencies reported in the internal control procedures, and we have, under your tab, you'll have letters and different explanations of how to correct some of those deficiencies in reporting going forward. And just want to point out that 100 new events take place on the Nissan Stadium campus each year. So last year there were roughly 300 events, and this year we've already reached over 150 events. So there's a large volume of work being done by the small business. And it looks like Brasher's here maybe to talk a little bit more about his letter. But I believe that kind of covers what the Finance Committee talked about with the audit. Do we go ahead and?
Well, we are going to need to take action on the audit, but first, are there any questions for Brasher? You have the letter. Christina Kirby from Kraft CPAs was at the Finance Committee meeting, and it was a clean audit, but there were some recommendations. Are there any questions? If there are no questions, then I think we need to approve the audit.
Okay. So I will move that we approve the audit.
Motion, is there a second? Motion and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
The audit is approved. Motion carries. And I believe at this time, Brasher.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Brasher Burbank. I'm Vice President with Stewart Parking. We've got we don't get the chance very often to come up and say what we do and kind of toot our own horn. So I was going to come in this morning in light of the big win last night and throw a catfish out on the floor, but I wasn't sure what Doug's policy was on that. I'll make a note for next year. Just a few notable events that we've had this year. Very diverse group of lot rentals and events that we do every year. You'll see we do a lot of walks and runs like March for Babies, Girls on the Run, MS Walk, and the Glow Run. We also have some prestigious events like Thunder on the Cumberland and Wine on the River. And then, of course, our big events every year, which are the Rock and Roll Marathon and 4th of July, which are big money makers for us. But the really neat thing is this year we had 20 new events this year. And just highlighting a few of those, you know, it always amazes me every year that we have this much interest in Nissan, especially with the amount of space that we have now as utilized as it is throughout the year. But just to note a few, Music City Dream Cars, I don't know if any of you guys have heard of them, but they're a local company, and they own some exotic cars like Porsches and Lamborghinis and whatever else. But it's basically a group that comes out to Nissan Stadium. Large corporations will hire them to bring their cars out to Nissan. It's kind of a employee building opportunity, but they bring their employees out and they get to, you know, lift the hoods and trunks in some cases and look at the engines and hear them, and they set up a small little track and lot in and let people drive the car. So it's a neat little event. Another one is Adult Swim. This year was the first year they came. It's kind of a drive-in theater type situation where they have a movie screen, and they allow people to bring blankets, and they lay down. They have food vendors and food trucks, and then they also park cars in the back, kind of in a amphitheater style format, and folks can watch a movie and whatever program that they have. It's pretty neat and a lot of order. They actually used this year here at Nissan as a chance to do some marketing, so they took pictures from the bridge, and they had a big campaign to video and take pictures on there, so that was pretty neat to be a part of that. So the next slide is our, so this is, we just ended the initial term on the contract, a 5-year contract. And this is kind of the meat and potatoes of the presentation here. And as you can see, this is gross revenues from 2013 to 2017. Consistent year-over-year growth. I was just talking with Bob Lackey, and when we first originally put in our response to the RFP, I think it was between 150 and 175,000. I can't remember which it was, but obviously we killed that year one and have increased year over year. And I can remember coming in, I can remember giving this presentation last year and kind of setting the precedent that, you know, we're probably going to plateau at a certain point, and don't get your hopes up for 2017. And of course, we ended up having a great year. So current year, so last year to date in 2017, we were at 333,000. This year to date, we're at 347,000 through March. So again, year 6, we're already on pace to beat 2017. And then I can tell you, going forward, April, after taking a look at April, we're already ahead of last year. And we had a big event this year, this month, with the Southern Women's Show, who has been with us before. They've used Lot Inn as like a marshalling yard for their participants and their and the folks that are actually doing the show. But last year, one of the things that they really got a lot of complaints about was the availability of parking downtown, the price of the parking downtown, and just the congestion in general. And so they came to us a couple months after that event and said, hey, we need a plan. We need a place where we can park participants, exhibitors, and we need to be able to shuttle them, do a park and ride shuttle from Nissan Stadium to the Music City Center. So we just completed that last week. Very, very successful event. I think we parked over 4,000 cars over the 4 days, 8,000 rides, shuttles all day for all 4 events. And we just actually heard back from them last week, and it was their number one, the highest kudos that they got from their reviews was that the parking and shuttling went so well. So as word grows, and the Music City Center has been a great partner in us because that frees up their parking spaces for their monthly parkers and the folks that park there on a normal basis, because we know that they have a lack of parking. So it's a good partnership with them, and we have a large convention in town, and they need some solutions. So we're happy to do that. And just what's ahead here. As always, we're looking for new technology. I know that the Titans are considering some new parking industry technology to roll into their operation, and we're doing the same here. We're always going to shows and interviewing potential software companies that maybe have some kind of unique way that we can improve our operation and become more efficient. And then lastly, we were contacted several weeks ago by a company called KCI, who is formerly RPM Transportation here in town. They're a local company. They're a design and traffic and parking engineering company here in town, and they're actually bidding on the design for the traffic and parking for the new MLS stadium. So they engaged us a few weeks ago and asked that we put in a proposal to help them get that job, and we actually made a short list, and I think there was two or three other companies that made the short list, and we had the first round of interviews on Tuesday, and then we have another round of interviews today, so we should hear something. But that's always interesting because anytime we do parking at a facility, we always wish that we had been involved in the design of it, because we feel like we have that kind of boots on the ground experience, and they're really going to lean on us for traffic patterns, lot design, pedestrian flow, and also the rideshare program, how that integrates in with the rest of the traffic there. And wrapping up, just maybe no pictures. Okay. Well, I had some pictures on there of just our staff and some events and stuff that we worked with. That's okay. I'll email them to you. Just in closing, I just want to say thank you so much. I mean, this has been, it's hard to believe that 5 years is come and gone, and so appreciate the partnership with Monica and her team, and the support that we've gotten from the board over the years has been incredible. You guys have been so good to us and so instrumental in allowing a small local company to grow, and just want to say thank you very much. Open to any questions if you got any.
Well, speaking of growth, how have you gone up the scale as far as employees, number of employees?
We have 6 full-time employees, and we have about 250 to 300 part-time or contract labor, seasonal labor force that we use.
Bratcher, we just want to thank you. You've done a great job.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Dudley.
A rising tide lifts all boats, and as your income, your gross revenues have increased, with Metro gets a higher percentage, over $100,000.
Certainly.
Yeah, so it's been good.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right. Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brasher, and thank you to the Finance Committee. We also appreciate Bob Lackey and Kim McDaniel and their team for supporting the work of the Finance Committee, and well done to Chair Howe.
It's my first time. We'll just
report.
keep improving.
Well done. And since we're on the topic of parking, we will move on and at this time consider the CMA Festival parking. I believe Monica will start us off.
So like I said earlier, I know you all remember this. This is something that we have done the last few years. The license and use agreement between the Sports Authority and the CMA requires the Sports Authority and CSI, Cumberland Stadium, Inc., to approve CMA's parking contractor for the CMA Music Festival. Stewart Logistics, Brasher and his team, they are CMA's contractor for the music festival. Secondly, the agreement states that the Sports Authority is entitled to an accounting of the gross receipts from the sale of parking, as well as the amount spent to operate and manage the parking lots. Chris Harrington from the CMA is here this morning, and he is not new. He has been before you all a lot. I think I see Vilma back there as well, Vilma Salinas, who has also come several times, and they're going to walk us through their administrative parking expenses. And then the request is that these expenses be shared between the CMA, the Sports Authority, and Cumberland Stadium, Inc.
Thank you very much, Monica. Good morning, and for those of you who don't know me, my name is Chris Harrington. I'm one of the managers with the Live Events Department with CMA. We appreciate you guys giving us the opportunity to come out and discuss these expenses with you today. So I'll just go through the packets that you guys have in your binders now. So as you can imagine, the parking for the festival over the 4 days is roughly 7,500 spots that we are responsible for assigning and making sure that these spots go used every day. We also assign spots for the 22 days of load in and load out of the festival. So we use Stewart Transportation, who has been a tremendous help to us in guiding us through this with using the Nissan Stadium parking lots. We can't say enough about Brasher and his team and the amount of people that just take the time and the effort to help us manage those parking lots. We are responsible for the administration, the production, the sale of all parking passes prior to show days. We generally begin selling these parking passes about 13 months in advance. So this way, our patrons, they like to get everything in advance so they can book their hotels and everything else with the festival and make sure they're ready to come back. We use all 16 lots, and then every year we sell roughly 4,000 parking passes in advance. These passes are shipped to patrons around the first week of May, which for us to print and ship these tickets, it's roughly about $1,400. And then roughly in 2017, the 4-day pass sales, we brought in $161,000. And then Stewart Parking actually sells nightly parking at the festival for the 4 nights. And last year, they brought in $112,000 for the total of the 4 nights for individual night parking. And using all 16 parking lots, we have 50 different types of parking passes that we present. One of those is in your packets, to just show an example. These passes are created by a company we use called Cube. This expense is roughly $5,200. I apologize. And in order to help CMA get through this is where we hire Ms. Terry Aldridge as our administrator for overseeing the design, the ordering, the organization, and the execution of all 13,000 parking passes that we use. We pay Ms. Aldridge a fee of $5,800, and we employ her from beginning of April through the mid of June. And then that contract is also attached into your packets as well. So what we're asking is that all of these expenses be shared from CSI, Sports Authority, and the CMA, and I have them listed here in the letter. The $5,200 for the actual printing of the 50 different parking passes, or 50 different types of 13,000 parking passes, the $1,400 for shipping, and then the $5,800 for Mrs. Aldridge's contract, for a total of $12,459.30. And then finally, as you know, all the artists play the CMA Fest gratis in order to support the CMA Foundation and the CMA's donation of half of all of our proceeds from the festival sales to the music education programs across the country. Since 2006, we've donated over $20 million, and $11 million of that has been to local Metro Nashville public schools. Again, thank you for your time.
Are there any questions for Chris?
Essentially, you're asking us to approve $12,500 expenses, and last year we raised more than $70,000 in revenue from this.
Yes, sir.
And the $12,500 is going to be split 3 ways.
Yes, sir.
I move approval. Next.
We have a motion and a second to approve the 2018 CMA Festival parking contractor and expenses. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
I would like to note too, behind tab 7, after the Stewart parking audit and before their presentation, is this my favorite map that explains the parking and the lots at Nissan Stadium. So especially Jad, since this is your first go around, this is a really handy tool to help explain who's using what lots are controlled by the Sports Authority. And just thank you, Monica, and your team for coordinating this. This is a lot that you can tell just visually, so thank you for walking us through that. And after that, I think we will move from parking and move on. At this time in our agenda, we are at facility questions. If there are any questions for our other facility partners, which would include Bridgestone Arena or the Tennessee Titans at Nissan Stadium, we would entertain those questions or any comments at this time. See none. I just want to thank Steve Underwood for being here. I know the Titans hosted a very successful uniform reveal party with a lot of fans and excitement recently. So thank you for being here today. And I don't see many of our friends from, well, I do now, Bridgestone Arena. I'm surprised their eyes are open and they're awake. Congratulations on a win last night. And we look forward to another win tomorrow against the Avalanche and hopefully continue on through the playoffs. And if there are no questions for those facility partners, we will move on to the facility partner that's hosting us today, First Tennessee, for their report in the Nashville Sounds.
All right, good morning. My name's Adam Noose, General Manager here with the Nashville Sounds. On behalf of our owner, Frank Ward, our entire staff, thank you guys so much for being here. Always love opening up a beautiful First Tennessee Park for you guys, and always a pleasure. So John Gordon writes this book called One Word That'll Change Your Life. And last year, we kind of did it as a staff, and we read it and picked the word fresh. This year, our word is grit, and it's all about kind of creating a word that's the driving force for the year. So I'm going to touch a little bit on grit. It's kind of the baseline on what Destiny's going to talk about, what Doug's going to talk about, and what James is going to talk about. So our word grit kind of means 5 things to us. The first one is to go from good to great. Last year we had a lot of good success. We had increased the attendance 90,000 people from the year before, which was the largest increase in all minor league baseball, which is made up of 160 teams. We also led the league for the first time in attendance, so things that we were really proud of. Also had Kings of Leon concert, thanks Kim, and Kings of Leon concert, our first major concert, so an opportunity to kind of showcase what we can do. So from this year, as we look forward, Doug's going to touch on it, but we already have 100 events scheduled here at the ballpark over the summer. which we're really proud of, and it's all about trying to not get stagnant with what we did last year and try to take it up a notch and keep improving. The next one is R, which stands for Represent the Organization Positively Inside and Outside the Organization. And that's a big part of what Destiny's going to talk about here in a little bit. On Wednesday, we're really excited. We're going to add 2 players to our team, Chase, who's 8, and Dalton, who's 13. But they're both patients at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. Really cool initiative that we're doing. They're going to have their headshots up on the scoreboard with all of our other players every game. Going to have all sorts of fun things throughout the year. But Destiny and her staff do an amazing job with that, and we just want to make sure we're representing kind of the sports scene, and all of our friends with the Titans and Preds and soccer team and everybody else represent the community. We realize we're a community asset, and we want to make sure we're giving back as much as we can. The next one is to impress with unexpected customer service. And here in Nashville, that's a hard thing to do. Our friends with the Titans and Preds and soccer team do a great job with customer service. So to create that unexpected customer service is always a challenge for us, but something we're up for. We have secret shoppers always here, and we encourage you guys when you come to games. I know Chuck comes to a lot of them. If you ever don't experience that unexpected customer service, then let us know. That's a big thing we strive for. The T stands for teamwork. Treat each other with respect as we continue to be strong, daring, creative, and purposeful. And that's not just internal, very much external. Thinking back, the work that we did with Monica and Quentin, with Mamava and the Eclipse night, having great teamwork in this community is a big part of what we're trying to do. The support with the Preds during the playoff run, we had a pre-game watch party, not a watch party, pre-game party here at the ballpark, but always love supporting them during their playoff run, supporting the Titans in the playoff run. And obviously, more public with the Nashville Soccer Club, hosting them, helping them get kicked off, and being good teammates here in the community and the sports industry. So the next one, probably the most important part, is integrity. You can't spell integrity without the word grit right there. But it'll take grit to get us to the best, but it takes integrity to keep us there. And that's something that we really strive for, is that we want to speak honestly, think with sincerity, and act with integrity. So big part of what we're doing here at the ballpark. Really excited about Destiny. She's going to come up next, Destiny Whitmore. Last time she came and spoke to this group, I think I got 18 emails, a lot of handshakes about how great of a job she is. She represents us extremely well and does a great job. Do we have a video too? Might do a video before we introduce her up, but excited to introduce Destiny Whitmore. Hyped her up.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, if it's still morning or afternoon. Like Adam said, I'm Destiny Whitmore. I'm the Community Relations Manager here, and I work with Allie, who's also here. And we have the job of being the entire Community Relations Department, and we also run the Nashville Sounds Foundation. And so what we prepared for you today is just kind of like an off-season recap, what we've been up to since the last time we saw you guys, and then kind of what's to come for us this season. And I have a clicker. Okay, cool. So front office staff involvement has been one of our kind of like major pillars that we've really been trying to implement in our front office. And so because we don't have our players here year round, we really try to involve our front office staff as much as we can, particularly in the off season when we're not running around like crazy around First Tennessee Park. And so since the start of the year, we've committed 273 hours in our community, and these are just a few of the events that we've or a few of the partners that we've worked with. We worked with the Nashville Food Project and brought some of our staff out, and we prepared one of their meals that goes out to a lot of the different community partners that they work with. And having worked with other community organizations like the Salvation Army prior to being with the Sounds, that was a recipient of some of the meals that Nashville Food Project received. It was a really cool full circle moment for me as well as all of our staff to see how much food that they're promoting in our community. They're giving organizations like Salvation Army a hot meal to feed to their kids. And so they work with schools, they work with other nonprofit organizations, and all free of charge. And they're growing the food that they prepared. We came in and we just helped pack everything up and cook a few things. So that was lots of fun. We went to the Wear Red for Women Day that American Heart Association hosted on the walking bridge downtown. We brought our staff out in our red jerseys, our mascot Booster, just to help support that mission. And then we also were involved with Read Me Week with Bookem, who's a partner organization of ours. They work with us every year at one of our other events, Sweets and Treats, that we have during Halloween. And they are really huge with book ownership. And so they host Read Me Week in honor of Dr. Seuss's birthday at the end of February, beginning of March. So you see Doug highlighted here, not just me for once. And he volunteered, him and another staff member volunteered on a day where we weren't even in the office, and we were off. And then we also went to help set up a few of the days, and they hosted different programs at 4 different schools in 4 quadrants in Metro Nashville schools. And so we were able to be involved with them, which was a lot of fun, as well as Second Harvest Food Bank, and we host a food drive with them every year. And so we did that earlier in the year. And then for International Women's Month, Women's History Month in March, we volunteered with Thistle Farms, which is an organization who brings women who've been victims of domestic violence, of trafficking, drug abuse, and they give them jobs and teach them how to make these natural products. So we were making candles, which is a lot of fun. So we're really happy to try to plug ourselves in as much as we can, just to let people know that we represent the Nashville community, and we want to be as big of a help as we can be. So we have our Nashville Sounds Foundation Scholarship. The scholarship opens up late, like early to late November. This is our 3rd year. We will, we donate $10,000 in scholarships every year. So this is our 3rd year. 4 students will win a $2,500 scholarship. So this year, we kind of tried to do it a little differently, get outside of the ballpark, to announce who our winners were. So I'm gonna show you guys the video and try not to cringe as I hear myself talk in the video. We are on our way to surprise our 2018 Nashville Sounds Foundation Scholarship winners. 4 high school seniors who are going to college in the fall. They have no idea they were on our way to pop into their classrooms at their schools. Their schools are in on it, and we're super excited, so let's go. Okay, so we're about to go in the classroom and announce that he's one of our 2018 Nashville Sounds Foundation Scholarship winners. So Ian, this is a prize for you. Ian, you were one of 4 of our 2018 Nashville Sounds Foundation Scholarship winners. You wrote an amazing essay on diversity and inclusion, so we're really happy to be able to give you some money to go towards your college tuition in the fall. So congrats. I'm here today at East Nashville Magnet School. Surprise Gabriel. He's coming to the auditorium and thinks that we're going to ask him a few questions about why it's important to apply for scholarships, and then we're going to surprise him.
You cannot get to college all by yourself. You may need that help just to get exactly where you're supposed to get. And without the scholarship help, a lot of the times we end up having to borrow from other places, and then
just really good to see students like you being able to talk about diversity and inclusion and how important that is in our world today. You're about to go in Jarrell's classroom, surprise her. She doesn't know that she won a scholarship yet. Hi, everybody. Can I have Jarrell's Martin come up? Jarrell, you won the 2018 Nashville Sounds Foundation Scholarship. Your essay was fantastic. And we're really happy to come here and surprise you today with your sister and with Booster. And we wish you the best in your future endeavors at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. You're welcome. So we are at Godwin High School with Ms. Ashley, Mariah's guidance counselor. We are about to go in and surprise her. She has no idea that she's won a scholarship, so we're super excited. Hi. So Mariah, my name is Destiny from the Nashville Sounds. And we have a surprise for you. So I'll let them come in so you can see what's going on. Thank you so much for applying for our 2018 Nashville Sounds Foundation Scholarship. Our essay was about diversity this year. Mariah wrote about that. She wrote a great essay. And so we are happy to give you a little bit of change for you to take off to college. Yeah. So thank you guys. And that was something we've kind of battled with over the past couple of years. We generally call them and invite them out to a game, and then we try to get them here for a pregame presentation, and there's prom, and there's baseball tournaments, and college visits, and all this craziness. So we decided to go to them. So that was a lot of fun, and we couldn't do that without our video department that came with us over the 2 days we went to go surprise them. The schools were so helpful, the guidance counselors, all that stuff. So that was a lot of fun. And so looking forward to this season, I just wanted to highlight a couple of the things that we already have planned and that we're looking forward to. Our 2018 jersey auctions, we're super excited about. So we do these every year. We generally do 4 to 5 specialty jerseys with a special design revolving around some theme night that we have. And we have 3 theme weekends this year. And it's my job, along with our entertainment department, to kind of get together and figure out what makes sense. How can we kind of involve our fans and then do something good for our community? So we'll have the players wear these jerseys on that particular day, and then the proceeds from those jersey auctions will go back to our partner charity for each of those events. So just to kind of go through those, we have a Star Wars jersey for the May 4th. May the 4th be with you weekend. And that's benefiting Miracle League of Music City. And West Nashville Sports League is spearheading that project. And so all the proceeds will go towards their $1 million goal to start construction on that field. May 26th is a League of Their Own night benefiting Play Like a Girl. And Play Like a Girl is a super unique organization. They're really involved in trying to get girls, particularly girls in the middle school age range, involved in sport and activities and physical activity. And their CEO, Dr. Kimberly Clay, started this organization in Dallas, Texas. And then she moved here. Her husband relocated and had a job with Vanderbilt. And so now her headquarters are here. We have a lot of fun things planned for that. We'll do a skills clinic with some of the girls from Play Like a Girl. And they were recently, last year, awarded a ESPNW grant, a $20,000 grant. And so we're super happy to work with them and kind of get girls plugged in. We're one of the few sports that has kind of like a female equivalent in softball, and so we're excited about that. Honky Tonks, we change our name once a year, twice. We have a series called Battle of the Boot with Round Rock Express, and so they think they're the real Music City. However, we all know that's not true. And so we change our names. They will be the dance halls, and we're the Honky Tonks, and so we have a specialty jersey for that we'll wear during that homestand in June, and we'll auction those off, and the proceeds will go to Notes for Notes, which is an organization that has actual recording studios in Boys and Girls Clubs locations. And so we'll work with them and bring our players out for a visit with them and have some of the kids come out, sing the national anthem, and kind of plug them into that night and musical education. July 7th is our superhero weekend, and we'll have a superhero jersey, and that'll benefit Gilda's Club Camp Noogie. Gilda's Club is a cancer support group local to the area, and they have a camp for children who are either cancer survivors or who have lost a loved one from cancer, and that's a day camp during the summer, and so all the proceeds will go back to Camp Noogie through Gilda's Club. And then we have our military camouflage jersey that we do every year, and so there's a picture of it at the bottom for you to see. They look really cool on the guys, and they'll wear those all season long, every Sunday for Military Sundays, and then we'll select a military nonprofit organization to donate the proceeds to for that. And then lastly, a few of our community programs that kind of run throughout the season. We have our Charity of the Game program presented by Paycor. And so we invite local nonprofits who want to spread the word about what they do and about their mission to come out to a game. They get a tabling space, and they just get the opportunity to talk to our fans. And so we do that Thursday through Sunday, every home game. Hometown Hero presented by Puckett's is something that we've always done. This is my first year being here. We're a sponsor, so we're really happy to have a cool partner with Puckett's. And so we invite our fans to nominate military, veterans, and first responders. And so they get tickets to come out to the game with their families. They get a $50 Puckett gift card, and then some Puckett swag. And it's just our way to kind of appreciate them. You can imagine how hard sometimes it is to get heroes like that to want to stand up and say, hey, like, here I am. So we're happy that we're able to do something for them so they can come out to a game. They get recognized during an inning, but they can really just enjoy that time with their families. We have two different programs where we try to bring people out to the park who might otherwise not get the chance. So we have our Boosters Book Club and then our Ticket Grant program. Boosters Book Club, we invite local kids to submit book reports to us. And for every book report, they get a ticket to a Sounds game. And so that's something that we'll have throughout the season this year, as well as our Ticket Grant program, where we invite local organizations to apply to get free tickets to bring groups out. So in the past, we've worked with the VA hospital, we've worked with different summer camps, really all kinds of different community groups, and so we're happy to do that. And then lastly, I work with Monroe Carrell Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt. Has been something that's been fun my entire time with the Sounds. So we have our honorary player program, and so it's just really cool to love on those kids and give them a special opportunity to interact with the players and get kind of a behind-the-scenes view of what it's like to be a Sounds player. And then also we'll take our players out for player visits throughout the season. So our first one is April 26th, and we're super excited about it. And I think that's all I have for you guys. Have any questions?
I have a question. The charity of the game, how is that selected? Is it the local charities apply to the charity of the game? What is it? Could you just elaborate on that a little bit?
So they, local charities have the opportunity to apply online. So we have a form on our website under the community tab, and so they have to be a 501c3. And so we get all of those in, and we kind of give them an opportunity to choose their first, second, third choice. And then they come out to whatever game works best for both of our kind of schedules. And it's just a really cool way for, especially the smaller charities, to kind of just get out there and tell people about their mission and what they're doing. And so We've had, like St. Jude came last year to 2 different nights to promote specific events they had going on. And then we've had, like Monroe Harding is coming, Nick's Homestand, and they work with foster kids, and so they'll bring some of the kids out and kind of tell everybody about what they do. It's their 125th year anniversary. And so every group uses it in a different light, but they apply and then we select them from their applications.
Primary goal is to give the charity the opportunity to tell the crowd about what they do.
Yes, exactly. So they'll get like some in-game promotion, and then when we can, we try to kind of make it full circle. So we might have a first pitch for one of the groups, or we might have one of the kids be able to participate as junior PA, or all kinds of in-game things. So we try to kind of tie the night together for them.
This is more of a request than a question, which is in my world of work, we work with people who help get students to college, and one thing they love is surprise scholarship videos. So if there's a way to get a copy of that video to share out, I can make sure that they can share it out across the
Yeah,
state.
definitely.
That's great.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
Any other questions for Destiny? Thank you for that presentation. That was fantastic.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Doug Scopel, Vice President of Operations, and I have the displeasure of following Destiny. We need to change the order. I get to follow her with like boring ballpark and event stuff. It's not boring, but it's not nearly that fun. So good morning. Thank you guys for being here and for sharing part of your day here at First Tennessee Park, where we're, as Adam mentioned earlier, busier than ever. I'm going to kind of go through a few facility things we've got, some of the events we have, and I do want to mention before we get into that part that another partner of ours here is Centerplate, our food and beverage provider, and we always like early in the year to get you guys a chance to experience some of the new things they have to offer at the ballpark. So we're going to have a little bit of food and, of course, our little ice cream machine afterwards if you guys want to stick around for that. So metal detectors is the really big thing that's new here. We announced that a couple weeks ago. We were really the last venue in Nashville, major venue, that didn't have them. And it's something that Adam and I and our ownership talk about a lot the last couple of years. But with some of the things that have gone around in this country and the world and just the climate it's in, we will always talk about how fan experience is the most important thing out here, and in conjunction with that is fan safety. So this is a way for us to just ensure that, you know, typically we don't have any issues out here at the ballpark, but we don't want to down the road, and this is a way to get to that point. It's very similar equipment, actually identical equipment to what they have at Bridgestone and at Nissan already, so that the people that are coming to our games, very similar process. Each venue does things a little bit differently, but it's nothing people aren't accustomed to in Nashville. We've done it for our first homestand and for one of the soccer games already, and it, you know, quick adaptation period. People get used to kind of the procedures, but this far we haven't had any issues with it, and we look forward to it just becoming kind of a routine part of the experience. Get them through that, get them in, and then they have all kind of fun here at the ballpark. A couple new things we've added is new picnic pavilions. You know, we built the ballpark 4 years ago. This is season 4. It's amazing to see the growth, as Adam talked about, as we move forward. Just the more people coming in, and we've had a lot of success with group outings out here, to the point where we realized, you know what? We need to expand our facilities a little bit to better accommodate people, so that's what we did. We built those. So if you guys are out here, one is down the left field line, one is out in center field, so you'll see those as you come to the ballpark. Maybe you'll be out here with groups that get to experience some of those. And then ballpark events, Adam mentioned earlier, we're up over 100 events we already have, and that's full ballpark things, including 70 Sounds games plus maybe playoffs, 15 to 18 Nashville Soccer Club games, and James from soccer is here to kind of talk about that experience. We'll get to him in just a minute. And then we have just a whole bunch of different things we do. We did 2 Vanderbilt baseball games. 104.5 Sports Fest was out here. That's been at, I think, every venue you guys work with. It's been at Nissan. I think it's been at Bridgestone in the past. We had them out here back in March, and that was a really cool change to their setup. They enjoyed it. Their attendees enjoyed it. The marathon was mentioned earlier. As you guys may remember, the last couple years, part of the full marathon course, they get to run down on the warning track, run around, get their picture up on the big scoreboard. That's always a thrill for the runners as they come through. couple brew fests. And then during CMA Festival, which we've talked about a little bit today, we host the City of Hope Celebrity Softball Game, which is a lot of the country stars and other people from the music industry. That's a big charity fundraiser with the City of Hope group out of California that we've done for, gosh, 30-something years, going back to the days at Greer. So that's just a little bit of what we're going to be doing this summer as we present next time to you guys in the fall or summer, whenever it is. We'll have more pictures and things to share with that. But Adam's been here about 2 years, and one of his big charges is, let's do things at the ballpark other than our baseball. I mean, baseball is a pretty full schedule for us, but now adding soccer, adding more of these type of events, it just gets more people and to showcase this venue and use it and get them to this part of town. So that's my brief recap as far as ballpark stuff. If you have any questions for me, let me know. If not, we're going to invite James Cannon up from the soccer group to kind of talk about the soccer experience here at the ballpark.
Doug, is this the first year you've done soccer here?
Yes. Yep. Okay.
Thanks.
James? And I'll continue to be president of the AV club here, so bear with me.
Well, on behalf of our ownership group and Nashville Soccer Club, thank you so much for having us. Thanks to Frank Ward, the Sounds ownership group and their front office, and even the Titans group, Steve Underwood and the gang. We really appreciate the opportunity to be a tenant and how well it's been to work with other teams. One of the interesting challenges in having done this around the world quite a bit, and a lot of the folks in the industry will agree, is when we're bringing a new event or sport to a town, how is it going to be collaborated with other teams? I can say without a shadow of a doubt that doing this in Nashville has been totally different and unexpected in the hospitality, the collaboration that we've experienced as the new kid on the block. So on behalf of everybody, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. It's been great to come in and be part of the community from the get-go, and on that note, go Preds. So as far as the experience, here's the clicker. It's a real exciting time for soccer in the city of Nashville. I think Dudley spoke earlier about the high tide rises all boats. From our humble beginnings as an amateur club in 2013 to the arrival of professional soccer this year, and having this be our inaugural season in the USL. And the announcement of the confirmation of MLS coming to town, the excitement and the buzz for soccer just continues to grow. And it wouldn't be possible without the support of the community, without the collaboration with the other teams and the entities that already exist in this town. So again, it's exciting we always talk around our office about how high is high and how big can this game get. And I can assure you, having worked with the world's game around the globe, this will continue to grow and it will become a major feature of this city before you know it. Just so we're clear, everybody likes to ask, we've got an MLS team coming, we're a USL team. This is a pretty simple structure of the soccer hierarchy. 2 levels of professional soccer here in this country. MLS is the highest. We're the second tier of that professional pyramid, and then it goes for amateur status and then youth soccer, which continues to grow. Our goal as the highest level of that pyramid currently in Tennessee, soon it will be MLS, it's the highest, is to continue to elevate and create opportunities for those that are below us in that pyramid. Enhanced opportunity for our players to do clinics for youth teams, exposure in the community. We love to be supporting the events. We'll be at, us and our supporters groups, we'll be at the Rock and Roll Marathon, manning Water Post 4, I believe, early in the morning that morning, but we're excited to do that. Little information about the league, not quite as robust as the 106 teams of minor league baseball, but we've got 33 teams in our league. We play 34 matches. 17 of those are home, and we added a neat experience against rival Atlanta United from MLS, which has us playing a total of 18 games in this market this year. We found out, or I believe we'll find out, if we'll be hosting a U.S. Open Cup match, which is kind of our version of the NCAA tournament. For those of you who want cliff notes on that, pull me aside afterwards. That gets a little complex, or Lisa will be able to explain it later on. But anyway, and we're excited that of those home games we're able to play, 15 of those here, 2 of them over with the Steve Underwood, Bob Flynn, and their expertise of running soccer at Nissan Stadium. So we're excited to be a tenant of your venues in the city. give some club highlights of how it's performing so far. We've felt an overwhelming support from the community. Our social media following is already near 70,000. We've got near 25,000 signed up to receive our newsletters and communications. Attendance is already averaging 11,819 at a game. And mind you, to put this into perspective, our games have all been under 40 degrees or downpour rain. So we're still excited. Adam tells me that there's a 3,000 walk-up crowd that we can get. We're still waiting for the right combination of elements to experience that. So we're excited to see that one day here. Another interesting benchmark is that we are less than 300 season tickets shy of setting an inaugural season USL record. So Cincinnati, who currently hosts crowds on a frequent basis, north of 18,000 people at their games, their first year in the league, they sold 6,100 or 4 tickets. So we're just 300 shy from surpassing that. We fully intend to pass that mark in May, and Nashville will be in the business of setting yet another record. We were also, this speaks to volumes to working with the other venues. Anybody who's ever run a broadcast truck, had to connect everything, cameras, audio, and make all that work, knows how hard that can be. Based on the quick work getting accustomed to these local venues here at First Tennessee Park and over at Nissan, our league chose us when they announced the ESPN partnership that we would be the first to host a nationally televised game on June 26th when we face Indy 11, and we're only one of 6 teams that will host 2 of those over the season. So we're excited for that and grateful again to the great staff here with the Sounds and the ballpark for helping us figure out where to plug things into. We're excited to see our demographics continuing to represent the diverse Nashville community. Soccer fans are 14% more likely to be millennials. They're 25% more likely to be foreign. And so we really bring the world's game and want to represent that well here in the city. So this is our motto, which we hope to continue to live up to. Is this is a great town. We feel the small town hospitality in a very big and bustling city, and we want it to be our club. So better than my words, I've got a video here to kind of encapsulate our season until now, and would love to field any questions. Thanks to my full-time IT guy here. That crowd noise is not mic'd in. Any questions? Thanks again for having us.
Thank you, James. Doug?
That concludes our report, and if you have any questions for any of us, otherwise, look forward to seeing you out here for a lot of cool events this summer.
We look forward to it. Thank you. That was a wonderful presentation. That made me think of, I think earlier this week, I received some information about the National Pro Fast Pitch College Draft that will be hosted in Nashville next week on April 23rd at 7 p.m. at Acme Feed and Seed. I was asked to maybe share this invitation with the board and other members, so maybe Monica, if we could forward that out.
This is a professional softball league that is based in Nashville, I think Hermitage, and so the commissioner, Sherry Kemp, is very involved and very involved with the Nashville Sports Council and our Women in Sports Committee, and they, this is the second year that they will do the draft at Acme. I think up until then they've been doing it in the CMA Theater, and it was televised by one of the CBS sports networks, and now it's being live streamed, and it's a lot of fun. And they like to have people come in because a lot of the athletes that are being drafted are still in school, or they're still in season, and so it's a different kind of draft, but it's unique and it's fun, and it's a Nashville flair. So that is next week. Thank you.
Thank you. And one other thing, too, I might ask James or just make a comment. I know that you referenced the millennial base and the excitement of the fans that you're reaching out to and so many new Nashvillians. Have you thought about, or in any way, partnering with voter registration drives to make sure that as we have new Nashvillians that they are vested in our community and capturing some of that opportunity?
Certainly. We had one of the voter registration groups reach out to us, and they've got a place on our concourse so that people can, similar to, I'm sure, what the Sounds do. I still need to make it out to a game. We run a pretty tight ship. The court won't let me come to the day game, so I'll have to find a time to come over here. But we've got spots on the concourse for a lot of our partners, and we've worked with some of the different community groups, from Conexión Americas to voter registration, or some of the groups that we have coming out to spread their message and make sure that people know how to get involved in, obviously with voting, make sure that they're registered appropriately. So yes, and if there's any other groups, certainly send them my way. Community engagement is something that rolls up into me, so we'll make sure that we get them incorporated.
Great. Thank you. And one other, is the next home game, is it May 5th, Mother's Day? Is that correct?
It is Mother's Day, correct. May 13th? Is that right? The 13th.
Or 13th, okay.
That's what it says, where it is in my head. So yeah, Mother's Day, so we'll be hopefully recognizing the mothers or mother figures as well. So yeah, May 13th.
Great. Thank you. Excellent. Okay. Is there any other business before this body today? If not, please note that May 17th is our next board meeting, and it will be held at Bridgestone Arena. I'll also ask you to please leave your binders so we can recycle those for our future meeting. And seeing no further business, so is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay. We are adjourned. Thank you, guys.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information about this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.